Hey everyone, my name is Andrew, technical marketing engineer at Newbert AI. If you're watching this, you've probably been woken up at 3 a.m. from a pager to fix a production issue. Or you oversee your company infrastructure and you want to reduce the level of fatigue your engineers face, as well as operational costs of downtime. So in this session, I'm going to show you how you can reduce the noise and the toil of manually responding to incidents using Newbert AI's production ops agent. So let me share my screen now and show you an example that anyone can understand. And that is a web page. So this is our production website, Newbert.ai. And I want to show you a failure on here that Newbert is going to solve automatically. A web page issue can be as small as some kind of a HTTP 400 path not found to maybe a 500 issue with a database, or it could be a variety of things, right? So what I'm going to show you is a form submission that does not quite work as intended. So I'm going to fill out this form and request access. And then it says something went wrong. So from a end user perspective, this is like, well, I guess I won't try again. I mean, I could keep trying, but it'll keep failing. So now the marketing team on the back end is thinking, well, we're not getting any leads from this form. What happened? So the engineering team then looks at the logs, and if they have logs for it, they might see the errors and what's wrong with it, and they might be getting paged for this issue as well. So there's a variety of things involved with this particular failure. So let's see how this can be remediated automatically from Newbert's side. So if we take a look at the Newbert's platform that we call the production ops agent, we're going to start at this connections page. So let me show you what kind of connections we support into the platform so that you have an idea of what you can connect and the kinds of data that you can investigate. So we have our usual suspects on the cloud infrastructure, like AWS, Azure, and GCP, as well as the observability tools, monitoring tools, logging like Splunk, as well as incident management, if you have that, and source control like GitHub. And lastly, if you have custom servers, MCP servers, you can also connect those as well. So we support a variety of different tools. Now, once you get it all connected, like you see here, we organize them into what we call projects. Now you can see that we have a project called Newbert AI website. And then here we have the GitHub connected, Jira, and an MCP connection, which looks at the logs, traces, and metrics of the live website, as well as Slack, so we can interact with it from Slack. So when we go into the project, we have this notion of an agent task. These are tasks that run on a schedule, and they can check for a variety of things. In fact, they can check kind of whatever you want on the website. We have pre-configured a number of things by default, like a certificate expiry, maybe some kind of a recent code change risk assessment, as well as cost optimization. So these can be scheduled to run so that you periodically get a refresh of what status your current application is at, right? Are there any upcoming certificate expiries? Because, well, if you do have one and they expire, then that'll lead to cascade into a lot of different problems. Now, one of these I've created myself is the HubSpot form submission issue. So maybe this form is a important campaign that you're running, and you want to make sure that this is running as intended, and you want the signups to continue flowing in. And so in this particular prompt, I've asked it to scan for any HubSpot issues on that particular path to check for any kind of errors or failures. And what this will do is run this investigation periodically. You can see from the frequency, it could be every hour, every minute if you wanted on the cron job, daily or weekly, what have you. So once that investigation runs, if it finds any issue, it's going to run an associated workflow. And what this workflow does in this case is create a Jira ticket and then hand it off to a Copilot, to GitHub Copilot, to make the code fixes. And we can see from a recent run about 11 minutes ago, it ran an investigation. So if we look at the result of the investigation, it has identified that the form on this path has been failing 100% of the time. And it's been resulting in an HTTP 500 error. And the root cause is that there's a missing field in the front end. So HubSpot's backend expects this field, but it was never created in the website code. So the remediation steps are outlined, which is to simply add the field. So let's see how this was handled. If we look at the artifacts of the investigation, notice that there's a Jira ticket. So because our workflow is Jira to Copilot, it's first created this ticket outlining what went wrong so that, engineering teams have a backlog that they can audit to see what happened. And it gives a detailed root cause analysis and then the code fix that is required. And then, as part of the workflow, we also hand it off to GitHub. So in GitHub, we have a pull request as well as an issue that mirrors the Jira ticket. So if we take a look at the pull request, you can see it's requested for my review, and then it's made some code changes in the form of adding in that missing field. So let's go back and press that, ready for review. And then I'm going to merge this into the live website. Right? So what's going to happen now is going to kick off the deployment process. Once the deployment is completed, then it's going to be reflected on the live website. And when it's done in about a couple of minutes, we'll come back and refresh the page, and we'll see that newly added field. Now that the deployment has completed, we're going to refresh our live web page and see the results. So as you can see, we now have this company field that's been added thanks to our automatically created PR. So we're going to attempt to submit another one here. And this time we've succeeded in submitting our form. And this is a simple website scenario, but you can apply this to just about any kind of tool that you use. And as you've seen from our connection, since we support AWS, for example, let's say you have an application running on AWS monitored by CloudWatch. Well, we can look at the CloudWatch alerts, react to that, do an automated investigation, and maybe the mitigation step is to scale up the number of pods in the Kubernetes cluster. Or maybe the remediation is to restart a particular node. And that will dramatically reduce your mitigation time because we can apply those steps automatically through our agent tasks, which are scheduled to run those investigations, and then the workflows, which are triggered by the investigation to fix the issue that gives you the pull request. So that, when there's an issue and you log in the morning, all you have to do is kind of review the PR, and if it looks good, you merge it, and that'll remediate your problem. So I appreciate you taking your time to watch this demo, and I hope you found it useful. If you'd like to learn more about what we do and apply the same kind of demo to your environment and your data, please visit us at nuber.ai, and you can go to the schedule demo page, which is located on the top right, and fill out the form for us, and we'll reach out to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.